always our favorite day of the week or the month. It's when the great Bart Scott joins us in studio in our toll-free line brought to you by Geico. Everyone, there's a quick way you could save money switching to Geico. Need homeowners, renters, or motorcycle insurance too. Get it all. Geico.com. Homie, how we doing?
I'm good, man. Was that a new drop for me? I didn't realize I said everybody in my family is fat.
You said everybody.
I didn't really mean that. The newborns aren't.
So everybody over the age of 3, fat.
Everybody over the age of 6 months are fat. No, I'm just playing. No, my whole family's not fat, but it's a lot of fat people. I got some fat people in my family, just not everybody.
Dude, that chain is incredible. That is just like blinding me.
Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah. I'm in the hole for this, but it's all good. I don't care.
Oh my God. It's like dazzling and twinkling off the lights in the studio.
Be Dizzles. Oh, I forgot. We're on TV, huh?
Yeah.
I be forgetting that, man. I'm so used to kicking back. I'm glad I didn't kick my shoes off and do all that stuff, man. Show you the holes in my socks.
I saw that you were playing Mega Millions the other day.
Oh, absolutely. I'm about that life. I mean, how could you not?
Did you win?
Come on, man.
You wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I would be here.
You would?
Yeah. It wouldn't change me one bit.
Do you have any process of playing Mega Millions or the lottery?
Nah. I just play when, what the hell, can't hurt. So what is it now? Something 720. So, everybody was worried about this 1.6 billion. I got to learn. I got to get some standard numbers because I feel like, my grandmother, when she was young, she always played and she had a number. And, baby, I missed my number. And she usually missed the number. And she said, I should have played. My number fell 4 times. I had a dream about fish, and I didn't play the number. You know what I mean? So I need to get that book first. I need to get the Negro Spiritual Key to Lottery Winning. But the funny thing is, one of my family members did win. I think they won, when I was in, the 70s or 80s. Then they won, $3 million.
No.
Tore the whole family apart.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it was on my other side, the side that I didn't really know.
Okay.
And I heard the story.
They won $3 million in the 70s, and it tore the family apart.
Yeah, everybody wanted a piece. See, people don't understand. When you win this money, you hear all these stories about lottery winners. They win it, and, because they go from 0 to 100, and they don't know how to handle it. They lose themselves. That's what you worry about sometimes with players. They get a bunch of money early. But usually, you get a bunch. It's different when you earn the money, and it's a big difference between when you have to, you just luck up and win the money.
So it's kind of it's easier to say no to your aunt or your third cousin on a handout when you're actually working for the money and you're an athlete rather than when you win.
Other than you just get lucky. You know what I mean? But it's all good. Hey, we were talking about pig feet. Oh, wait, that's another discussion. Never mind. You want to talk about sports, which you brought me here.
Kind of, yes. But I did ask before. I said, I could never eat pig feet. Have you ever eaten it? I don't know why that came up. You said no way.
Yeah. No pig feet, no chitlins. No gizzards. Why would I want to eat an organ that's responsible for cleaning out all the mess? Why would I want to eat that?
That is what I'm saying.
My grandmother used to eat it, and I should say, listen, Grandma, we're not slaves no more. Because you'll think about the gizzards, you think about the chitlins. Those were the scraps that the slaves had, and in typical slave fashion, they took something that was supposed to be nasty, and they made it a gourmet meal. But Grandma, I don't know. We're not there no more. Okay. We're good. Grandma, we made it. We good. We can at least eat bologna, at least upgrade to bologna.
Now, if the Eagles or the Jaguars lose on Sunday morning, smooth segue.
Yeah, Jaguars.
Season over?
Bologna. He volunteers to eat bologna. That's why I can't trust him. Trust a dude, but eat bologna.
One of these teams going to be 3-5 after Sunday. Is their season over?
Who's the Eagles and who?
Eagles and Jaguars.
Well, you know what? Oh, yeah, that's right. They're over in London.
Season's over at 3-5, right?
Well, how Houston's playing. It could be over with for the Jaguars, because they've already beaten the Jaguars. So then they essentially up, by an extra half to that total. And it doesn't look like they're going to slow down anytime soon. You get concerned with Deshaun Watson having to take the bus and drive all the way back because they're concerned with the pressure of his lungs and being in high altitude, 25-hour, I believe, bus ride. But Jacksonville, I think, they can say whatever they want, but both teams going to have to be players in the trade market. Teddy Bridgewater was somebody that I thought they should have been in the market for before the season started when the Jets, were clearly sellers. They should have, tried to do a 1-for-1. I proposed a trade, and I believe that, it can work for both sides because what is Teddy? Teddy's a rental, right? Because he's going to be a free agent. Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars have a rental as well, right? And Dante Fowler, because they didn't pick up his option, he's going to be a free agent after this year. Why you just don't swap players? Both teams are going to be helped, right? Because what do the Saints need? They need defense. They don't need help. So give them another pass rusher. I give you a quarterback. Done deal.
Did the Cowboys overspend at Amari Cooper, giving him a 1?
Yes, they did. But, we got to remember what this kid was his first 2 years. He was a 2-time Pro Bowler who just, got a.
But he wasn't Julio Jones
yeah, but he got,
or
but
Odell
but he got
or DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, but he got a case of the drops, right? And they got to understand what they're trying to do is admit, that, well, I believe Jerry Jones is trying to say, listen, I'm a great evaluator of talent.
Which he's not.
Yeah, exactly. But, he's a billionaire, so he's lying to himself, and he has people around him to say, yeah, you are. And then they look behind like, no, he ain't. So, what's going on is what he's trying to do is prove that him finding Dak Prescott in the 4th round is like equivalent to finding Tom Brady. He's trying to make sure that he puts everything around Dak Prescott so that he can be able to sell that he's an elite quarterback. And I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's serviceable. I think he can possibly be a top 15. Can he have a year where he plays out of his mind and becomes the 10th best, quarterback with the running game and the support of, Travis Frederick coming back and having, the best line in football? Yeah, but he's never going to be a guy that can process from the pocket, that can deliver ball like Matt Ryan, like Rivers, like, Ben Roethlisberger. He'll never be in that class. And he's trying to put all the weapons around so that he can say that he is, because they have a big decision. Because he was a second-round draft pick. So the fact that he's a second-round draft pick means that they don't get an opportunity to pick up his 5th-year option. There's no 5th-year option. He's going to the market. And they got to say, okay, just imagine if Dak continues to look bad. Now, I know he's played better recently.
Dak was a 4th-round pick.
Right. That's what I said, right? 4th-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, what he's trying to do is prove that, he was right. Because if he's wrong – and they kind of went all in and saying Dak is a great quarterback, then what does that leave them? That leaves them going back and being in quarterback hell.
Scrambling for a quarterback.
For a quarterback.
Oh, boy, you can draft a wide receiver in the 1st round that's as good as Amari for cheaper, right?
Right, but see, I think they're looking at this NFC East, and they're saying, hey, man, there's no great teams here. Let's just get in the tournament and see if we can, get Dak off. Just think what happens with what you need and what do you need in the playoffs, right? You need to pack your defense, and you need a running game. Well, guess what? Their defense is pretty damn good, and their run game is good. That's the formula. That's how we won in the playoffs.
But can you win like that anymore?
Yeah, you can.
Don't you think the game is
evolved
so far?
No. Listen, bro, I've only been retired for 5 years.
Well, that's true. But
the thing is, it always comes down to
look at the Super Bowl.
It comes down, but let's look at the teams and how they got there, right? How did Philadelphia get there? Playing a tough game against the Falcons. Wasn't a lot of points scored, right? It was bad elements. So, yeah, when you get to the Super Bowl, it's different because it's perfect conditions.
But the Patriots also never have a great defense.
Right, but it always goes through Gillette Stadium, right? Their best defense is their offense.
But that's what I mean. I mean, the New England Patriots are modern-day dynasty. It has nothing to do with their running game or their defense.
It has to do with them always winning regular seasons because they're in the weakest division over the last decade, so it always goes to their house. So you have to travel to their house, to their environment, and they know how to play there. Right? It's a tough place to play. But what happened when they had to travel? They lost. And sometimes they lost. They lost to the Ravens in their house. They lost to Denver on the road. They lost playoff games on the road. So what happens is the advantage goes to the team that's physical because it sets up everything, especially in the playoffs. The ball doesn't travel as far. The elements is cold. So, the ball becomes slick. Ball security, being able to kick the ball. That's when you see all the kickoff returns. That's where the special teams come into play too. Because when it gets cold, the ball doesn't carry as far. So now when all these kicks were being able to be driven out of the back of the end zone, now they're falling at the 5. So now you got action. So when you look at those type of teams, you look at the Cowboys, if they get in the tournament and they have to go on the road and it's a cold weather place, they're built for that, even though they're a dome team, essentially.
Got a bad coach, though.
Yeah, they do. They have a coach. That I believe is a guy that the owner feels like he can control. So
no doubt.
So he's a guy that's perfect for that organization because I don't think a lot of coaches couldn't work for them. I can imagine we're anticipating that, eventually Drew Brees will be gone and the natural fit would be Sean Payton going back home, right, where he started. But I can't see him, being able to go home after all he's accomplished and go back and Jerry Jones treating him like he was before he left. He's going to want to be able to have some power. He wants to go be able to buy the groceries and pick the groceries and cook them like Bill Parcells used to say.
Bart Scott joins us in studio. So if you were Le'Veon Bell,
yep,
when would you come back?
He's coming back after the trade deadline. See, what he didn't want to happen is for them to trade him to a non-contender, him come back and you trade me somewhere and get a draft pick. He wants to be able to come back and be able to display his talents, I believe, on the biggest stage. So he wants to make sure that he doesn't come back because as soon as he
on a
signed
bad team with a bad offensive line.
And then they can trade him.
If he gets traded, right, to a bad team, then suddenly his value goes down.
My point. So I think what Le'Veon's doing is, okay, I'll come back after Monday. I'm back. You can't trade me. You're stuck with me. You're a playoff contender. Figure it out. Why would you want to come back and get traded to Buffalo?
Yeah, but do you think that the Steelers would trade him? I mean, I think they're trying to win a Super Bowl, and he helps them do that.
but with James Conner, they may feel like, you know what type of Le'Veon are we getting? We're getting a guy that hasn't played in almost
2 months.
No. Longer than that because he didn't come to training camp.
Yeah.
So we talking about a guy that hasn't played since almost a year.
Yeah,
right?
10 months.
Right, so what's to say that he ain't going to come back and pull a hamstring?
So this is interesting. Do you consider Le'Veon Bell like the ultimate acquisition for an NFL team? Is he the X factor that makes the Steelers really scary?
Absolutely, because he's everything that Ty Gurley is, but better. Right? He's better to me than Ty Gurley because he's done the same thing that Ty Gurley is doing. He's done it over an extended period of time with no signs of slowing down. They're creating styles for you know how Curry came. Everybody want to shoot the three. Everybody wants to be patient and just sit behind the line and wait like Le'Veon, but they can't do it. He's been doing it since college. It's his style, but now you see people starting to imitate it, right? It was the greatest form of flattery, imitation, right? So he's doing that, and he still can go line up and play receiver. But unlike a lot of these guys that can do a little bit of both, he can punish you when he runs the ball in between the tackles. So he can run between the tackles, he can run outside the tackles. He's the best back in the game right now.
What do you think about Everson Griffin coming back a month after a really crazy
it's weird
mental illness situation?
Well, you never want to speculate, but to me it seems like he was smoking some stuff. You know what I mean? Because
jumped out of an ambulance,
and
started talking about who's dead and who's coming to kill him and stuff.
To me, sounds like some K1 stuff, right? Remember Chandler Jones? Like I say all the time, you really got to be high on some crazy stuff if a black man's gonna run to the police station. You gonna run to the police station without a shirt on? Are you crazy? The only fact that saved him is ain't that many 6'6" black people in Providence. That's the only thing to say. Like, it must be a Patriot. Call Bill.
It's got to be a Patriot.
Call Bill. Call Bill. We don't want to mess up our chance to win the Super Bowl. Call Kraft. Call Bill. It is a 6'6" wild black or 6'4" black man running around with a shirt off on the station. Do not shoot. Abort mission. Do not shoot.
Officer Jones, don't you know we need him in the playoffs?
Right. Meanwhile, any other part of the country, black man in his car getting pulled over, handing his license. Oh, snap, you got a gun. Like, oh, man, this is my license. Come on, man. Listen, you got to, as a black man, you got to, with the police, you got to film everything. Listen, Facebook Live, get in my wallet. Police, get in my wallet. You got to get confirmation. Chandler Jones ran to the front line. Yeah! Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, shimmy, y'all. They're like, don't shoot. It was a sniper ready to take him out. Somebody came across. Hey, are you crazy? That's a Patriot. How many black men, 6'4" black men have you pulled over this month? They've been all Patriots.
Okay. I know you guys.
Take this rookie cop to the back and make him understand how we do things around here, boy. You check first. Do you got your plate? Do you have your media guide? Do you have your media guide? On top of the gun is a picture of all the black Patriots. You pull it out. Oh no! Wow! Ooh, Slater! Oh God!
Sergeant, you know that's not Devin McCourty.
Like, which one is it? Is it Devin? Well, the other one's not as good, so you can. Never mind. We need him too. We need him too.
I know you got a show to go do.
Oh, I do. That's right.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, good. I've been trying to tell CBS, man, we can get this hot smoke, man. Write the check, Turney. Quit being so damn cheap. It's not your money, man. It's Intercom's. It's Intercom's money, man. We spit hot fire. We can do 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 hot fire. Listen, stuff is getting delivered now. The truckers are driving, they're laughing, they're in a good mood. They ain't running nobody off the road. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to worry about no car pileups. We helping traffic move across the country. People laughing, having fun. Like, yeah, man, I told my grandma used to try to get me to eat some chitlins anyway. I used to say, man, why I want to eat something where boo-boo go through?
Okay.
I don't care how much you wash them, mine. Boo Boo went through there.